we all set? Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for attending this momentous event. I think this is a historical announcement in Lorain County's history. What I'd like to announce is this week, the Lorain County Grand Jury has charged Stephen Gilbert, age 35, in a 54-count indictment, part of the first human trafficking investigation in Lorain County's history. These counts charge human trafficking, racketeering, compelling and promoting prostitution, rape, kidnapping, sexual battery, aggravated robbery, and money laundering. This constellation of criminal charges is the result of an investigation spanning several months by Lorain County Drug Task Force members Victor Ortiz and Madison Schneider, the Lorain County Sheriff's Department, the Cuyahoga Regional Human Trafficking Task Force, the Elyria Police Department, and the Lorain County Prosecutor's Investigative Unit. In the course of this investigation, the prosecutor's office has seized $21,000 in U.S. currency, 3 Mercedes-Benz automobiles, and 3 bank accounts. Since I took office in January of 2021, the Lorain County Prosecutor's Office has overseen 3 human trafficking investigations, resulting in the arrest of 22 individuals, including one man who had been trafficking his wife for the previous 5 years against her will. He went to jail and she was rescued. In addition, my office, together with detectives from the Elyria Police Department, has participated with the Ohio Attorney General's office in Operation Ohio Knows, a 2-day statewide operation into human trafficking that resulted in the arrest of 158 individuals and the recovery of 10 children who had previously been reported missing. Throughout these investigations, I have been profoundly moved by witnessing the plight of human trafficking victims. Human trafficking is facilitated entirely by violence, threats of violence, and manipulation. For the victims of human trafficking, there is no life, no future, only endless drug addiction, and an abusive master-slave relationship with their traffickers. My partners standing here behind me are committed to eradicating this pestilence from our county. On that note, I would like to thank each of them for their tireless efforts in making these investigations a success. And a special thanks goes out to Prosecutor's Investigator Garrett Longacre, who led our portion of the investigation by listening to jail calls on his days off, by identifying local motels that cooperate with human traffickers, and by working with victims to become witnesses. Throughout this effort, our investigators have followed the lead of Detective John Morgan, Chief of the Cuyahoga Regional Human Trafficking Task Force. John's participation and expertise were crucial to the planning and carrying out of this investigation. At the same time, a very special thanks goes to my Victims Advocates Division, whose ability to counsel and interview the victims of human trafficking made this prosecution not only possible, but a success. Their tireless efforts to obtain social services for trafficking victims not only provide hope for these women, but also a relationship of trust. The primary purpose of today's news conference, however, is to let the public know that my office and the people standing here with me have made the eradication of trafficking in human beings a top priority. If anyone listening is a victim or knows of a victim or victims, please contact my investigators at 440-329-5166. Thank you. And I'd be willing to take a few questions if there's any out there.
It says multiple victims in the packet.
Yes, I feared that might happen.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
How many victims were there specifically, if you can tell? And what is the status? Have you gotten those those people some help? And
Yes.
What's going on?
We believe there's as many as 9 victims with this particular indictment. Yeah, we believe there's as many as 9 victims.
And
This is going poorly. All right, hold on 1 second here. All right,
Sorry.
I won't touch anything now.
what's the status of the victims right now? What has the county been able to do to help them? Have you been able to place them with some?
Yes, our Victims Advocate Division has been able to place them with a multitude of services. Medical care is always the first one that we try to go after because these poor young ladies have been out on the street for a significant amount of time. We're not sure what their medical status is.